Welcome everyone to the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open. It's finals time with Rodrigo Montoya starting out serving against Javier Mar. I'm Laura McCormick with the WRT, and our tournament director, Solly Kaur, is joining us on the mic today. Welcome, Solly.
Thank you.
First point goes to Rodrigo Montoya. Javier Mar couldn't quite reach that one.
Yeah, and these guys are just getting going. That ball is up, and Montoya's not ready to go for those just yet. That will change here in a little bit. Wow, what control. Beautiful serve. Sets up an easy shot in the front court. Just beautiful hands in that front court. Ooh. Missed opportunity, and he knows it. Look at this.
Look at that smile. He's going, oh, man.
He's not going to give him very many of those. That was about 4 feet from the front wall and put it in to the floor, pretty much right at his front foot. Nice get.
Ooh, that was a low ball, one bounce.
Beautiful backhand pass. These guys are really starting to go at each other, both drive serving. Shots are looking pretty crisp. We've already seen a dive. This is going to get exciting.
It is. I think we're in for quite a competition here today.
Skip ball. Still trying to work out the butterflies, I think. These aren't just skips. These are pretty big skips. Short serve. Take second serve here.
Yeah, I think they were both working out a little bit of jitters there in those first 1 or 2 swings.
Well, it is the finals, right?
Right, yeah, there's a little bit of pressure there. A little bit. Nice diving get from Mar. Smart play by Montoya.
You know, Mar is not a small guy. I mean, this is a big guy hitting the floor. We've already seen him take 2 dives here. He's making some phenomenal gets. Talk about great body control for a big dude.
Yeah, Javier Mar, 6'2". Definitely one of the taller players in racquetball right now.
Yeah, he's got a great combination between power and his hands are phenomenal. He's got great eye and hand coordination, so you keep him in the front court and he can just put a racket on it and put it down. There's the power.
Yeah, he really didn't have to move much there. He stayed in that center court and kept Montoya running around.
You know, off the serve, he just had a really nice controlled overhead just to get it down the line to force it, and then he used the power to win to get the winner. Wow.
Nice get. Yeah, we're seeing a lot of diving already early in the finals so far from Mar. I think maybe he's trying to get a highlight cut on Facebook.
Yeah, right. You know, and I'm surprised because Montoya is usually the one on the floor, and I'm expecting Mar not to hit the floor with his size, and here we are. He must really want this thing.
He goes for it.
Wow, blistering serve.
And he hits the floor again.
And forces a tough shot for Montoya. He probably thought he had an ace serve there and wasn't quite ready to get that second shot. Beautiful get by Mar. Not the best shot for Montoya, but you know, it just kind of caught the side wall, cracked out, and he gets a little lucky on that one.
Short serve.
Beautiful pass. You know, both these guys started in the round of 32, so this is their 5th match. They're going to be really trying to muster up enough energy to play through, and it's obvious with the way they're both shooting the ball and hitting the floor. Nice pass. And then, you know, beyond this 5th match, then there's a subsequent finals match that these guys are both in the finals against one another.
Yeah, for doubles.
For doubles, yep.
We've played a lot of racquetball this weekend.
So this is going to be a replay hinder, almost like a screen. Excuse me, that is a point.
Score is 4-1. Silly, you were talking about the path that these guys took to get here, starting out in the round 32s, and Javier Mar has had quite an adventure to get here. He had a couple tiebreakers in the round 16s and in the quarterfinals and in the semifinals last night, so he is really trying to hold on to that energy.
Mar, our 22nd seed out of 28 players, excuse me, so he really had to work hard in order to get to this spot.
He did, and he's a good player, obviously, because he's here in the finals.
Between the legs, and that's going to be a hinder with him being in the way. Yeah, Javier Mar, the 22nd seed, is really more of a ranking situation. He's not playing a lot of the WRT events. We hope to see that change. And as a result, he doesn't have the rankings in order to be a top seed in this tournament. But his top level play is easily putting him there. Cut the ball off.
Yeah, Mar looking really strong. He is currently #2 in Mexico.
Mar's going to be upset here. He feels that he cut the ball off, had a really clean pass past Montoya, but the referee feels that Montoya could have gotten that ball and is calling it a hinder. So we'll play it over. And Montoya makes that even by just hitting a great shot and getting back in the box. Nice get.
Ooh.
Beautiful touch. This is a little bit of Montoya's specialty. Just getting to the ball enough where all he has to do is get a racket on it. It just kind of pops off his racket into that front left corner, and yeah, really, really great control. Wow, big skip from the back court.
You gotta love Mar's attitude, though. Nothing really seems to get him down, and he plays pretty positively out on the court. Do like to see that from a young player.
Agreed. Wow. Lays his full body out. What'd you say, 6'2"?
Correct.
So there's not much you can get past a 6'2" body. and he lays it out there in order to get that ball and just puts it perfectly into the front wall.
Tries to keep that ball alive, side out. So Rodrigo Montoya won at the Pleasanton Open in October. That's his first WRT event. And in the last 8 events, we've had 7 different WRT winners. If Mar can pull off a win today, he'll put himself up there in the 8 out of 9. It reached a little short for Mar.
He was there, good footwork, just didn't have quite enough of a flat racket once he got to the ball to make a clean connection to get it to the front wall. Once again, nice pass by Montoya, catching that side wall 3/4 deep into the court, catching the crack and rolling out.
That's going to tie it up 4-4.
Wow, the ref is going to call that a replay.
Crowd not liking that call.
Did he just kiss the camera? Did he? I
that
love
positive attitude
it's that
from that
positive,
kid.
right? Look at this maturity. He's just brushing it off. Hey, that's
Wow.
a perfect shot.
And so effortless.
You know, you talked about him being 21 years old, but the display of maturity is phenomenal. To be able, most people want to basically shoot that shot. He just hit the right shot and won the point. Short serve. This will be a setup in the front court.
Oh,
I think
a little sloppy.
looks like Mar may have twisted his ankle.
Oh, I didn't see that.
You know, that's one of those weird things. We don't expect at this level for the ball to hit the back wall and travel all the way to the front court. And it kind of threw him off a little bit, and he twisted his ankle, but it looks like he's going to be okay.
Yeah, he walks it off really easy.
Beautiful hands. Nice, clean shot. Puts it in the one spot Montoya can't get to. Again, excellent display of control.
That's the thing about both of these players in the finals. They have power and control, and it makes for a very interesting final. But Mar just looks so smooth and so effortless and comfortable out there.
Yeah.
Not feeling the pressure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, his mechanics are very strong. He's ready for the ball, and he just takes his time and waits on it a little bit and doesn't really force through the ball. You see Montoya kind of throw his body into the ball, and Mar is more just kind of rotating through the ball in a more controlled fashion, and that really gets rewarded at this level of play. Nice get. Wow. Talk about pushing your body through the ball. He ripped that one.
Yeah, Montoya has a lot of power. And it's so hard. I mean, for me at least, you know, you look at some of these players and you wouldn't expect them to maybe swing as hard. And it's that power can make a big difference.
Once again, center court. This time with the backhand, just a really nice controlled pinch. And he's back in the box, serving 6-5. That's going to be just short, but man, is he getting that angle right. Once that thing crosses the line, Montoya's going to have some trouble.
Serving 6. This is game 1 of our finals at the WRT Longhorn Open.
Wow, another skip here.
Looks like Mar's going to take a timeout as he gets ready to step back into the service box. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be back with more from Austin, Texas. This is the WRT Longhorn Open 2017 opening up this season. We'd like to give a special thank you to one of the main sponsors of the event, Splat-Head Racketball.
As Splat-Head creates cutting-edge sportswear that can be worn both on and off the court. Splat-Head also provides sponsorship grants to players and is a nationwide supporter of tournaments. So when you buy Splat-Head, you're pretty much helping make all of that happen. Go to splathead.com during the Longhorn Open and use discount code Longhorn25. That's Longhorn25, and you can get 25% off your next order.
That's a great promo, guys. Get your shopping in today. Do some Sunday shopping. I know it's kind of gloomy in Austin, and the Bay Area is raining as well, so go online to splathead.com, do some shopping, and enjoy some racquetball. We do have the doubles final coming up right after this, where if you didn't get enough of them in the singles final, you can watch Mar and Montoya in the final.
Nice get.
Oh. Wet ball called. Yeah, I mean, these guys were diving from the first couple points of the game there.
Yeah, and
they're leaving a lot out there.
No doubt. I'm really surprised Mar took that shot. You know, the shot earlier before the wet ball, he went cross court and he had to hold down the line open. All he had to do with that big body is box him out, put it right down the line. Montoya can't do anything with that.
Wow, what a reaction from Mar.
He just makes it look so easy.
He does. He like threw a racket out there. He got caught going left and then threw the racket out to the right and made that front wall. That was nice.
I'm not sure if Mar was just experimenting with a different serve, but that backhand lob Z just fell right into Montoya's hitting zone, and he just splat rolled that out in the left corner. Wow.
Nice
Blistering serve there.
Rocket serve from Montoya.
Yeah, I think, you know, it's funny. I've been watching Montoya play this entire weekend, and it's almost like as he continues playing, he's hitting the ball harder and harder as he goes on, because I've never seen him hit the ball that hard. And that one's going to be called short. Just barely catching the short line. Second serve. Beautiful cutoff. Rather than letting that ball drop, come off the back wall and take what some people would say the setup that you should strive for, he takes it early while Montoya doesn't have time to set his feet in center court, catches him off guard and hits the winner.
Montoya really keeping Mar in the back of the court, which seems to be no trouble for Mar, and he does a good job of moving to the front. As you've noted before, he is a bigger player, but he's able to move around the court really well.
Yeah, and he's really working the forehand of Montoya, just continue drilling it to that side. And for those of you who can't see that on camera, that is a long serve catching the back wall before it hits the floor, so we'll play second serve. The referee's going to stop play here with a little hit in the front court with both these players getting in the way of one another, and we'll just do that one again.
Yeah, you could really see that on that front camera too.
I think Montoya wanted him to call every shot in that rally for his favor.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, anytime he can't get to the ball, he feels like, hey, if I throw my hand up, maybe the ref will make a call.
Hey, sometimes that does work.
So that's going to be the 11th fault serve by Mar. He's having real difficulty getting that serve in. He's going back to the lob, backhand Z. Let's see if this works out for him.
Oh.
Wow. Just when he thought Mar hit this perfect controlled shot that Montoya can't get to, lays his body out and hits a beautiful return to win that point inside out.
I love that. Both these players really go for everything.
Wow. That serve is getting closer and closer to crossing that short line. That one almost looked good. Wow. Nice get off the back wall.
Oh, big skip for Mar.
I think he just wanted to do too much with that. In total control of the rally, he gets this opportunity at the backhand side, but he's shooting it from above his head. And don't forget, his head is at 6'2", right? So that's a big shot.
High. 7 serves 9. Second serve for Montoya.
Okay, so I love the control by Mar, but I have no idea what that was.
He has such a touch, though, right there from the center of the court. Yeah, very relaxed. I don't know how you coach that, how you teach that.
Those are unteachable. Lots of hinders here in the front court. They're not hitting the pass shot nearly as clean as I think they would like. It's catching that side wall, kicking back into the center court and creating a lot of tension between the two as far as not being able to get out of the way. And so we'll hinder and we'll play it over. Another short serve.
Yeah, between the hinders and the 2 serve rule, we're stuck a little bit at 7-9. Let's see if they can get something moving on the second serve.
cut off once again, taking the opportunity to not let Montoya set his feet. Beautiful pinch into the left corner and wins that rally. I'm really impressed with the way Mar is striking the ball. Got a late call by the referee. Serve was good. This is going to be a screen serve, though.
Montoya was thankful.
Wow.
Oh, what a diving get from Mar. Such effective diving. It's one thing to dive for the ball, but to kill it, to make a good shot off of it, I mean, that's a completely different thing.
Yeah, and that's what you see at this level.
Absolutely.
Tough serve.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh.
Did the
ref
referee
is
just
calling
call
a
that?
skip.
Oh my goodness. I have never seen a more perfect shot in my life.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
That is extremely unfortunate. We should be sitting at 11-7 Mar with him in total control. And here's Montoya serving 7-10.
You know, that's a great example of Mar's control, though he's not losing it right now over that call.
Any other player would be screaming at the ref at this point in time. He's just ready to receive.
Second serve.
And the unfortunate side of it is a very quick point for Montoya, and he's now serving 8-10.
All right, that diving get didn't make it. That's going to make it 9-10.
Yeah, he's a little hesitant there. It's almost like he wanted to dive, but then realized at the last minute that he should, and was confused. In any case, he's lost a couple points here. He's going to take a timeout and think about this.
Yeah, I think that's a good timeout for Mar. Let's see if he can regain that control that he was demonstrating so well in game one. We'll be right back in just a moment. Javier Mar calling that timeout as the score is 9-10. Montoya closing the gap after a controversial call. I'd like to thank an important part of the WRT, which is the Reaching Your Dream Foundation. They help support the WRT Player Support Program, which gets players to professional tour stops, as WRT does travel all around the country. So thank you to the Reaching Your Dream Foundation and everyone who supports getting players to events like this. You can do so by going to give2rydf.org. Wow, what a swing from Mar out of that timeout.
Yeah, beautiful control down the line. He's really executing the down the line real nicely, more so than the cross court, and he's scoring quite a bit of winners off of them. You know, almost 19 winners.
Montoya answering back with his power hitting as well.
Yeah, just a little too much power for Mar on that one. His timing couldn't quite get to the ball, and just barely comes off his racket and skips right off. The referee's going to call this serve short. They are extremely close. That one almost looked a little good to me. He is about a few centimeters away from that serve being good.
Yeah, some effort from Mar. I think a little bit of the difference right now is in the first half of the game, Mar was making those dives. He was connecting with the ball and making a good play out of it. And now he's just a little bit off, a little bit short.
Yeah, and that's really the difference in this particular scenario. He read the ball. He knew exactly where Montoya is going. He took the first step as soon as Montoya hit the ball, so he's on it. There's really no reason he shouldn't have gotten that. I sort of wonder if that call from earlier is still sitting in the back of his head.
I agree. Physically, he didn't look like it was bothering him, but something's a little off now.
Agreed. Nice, smooth, controlled backhand from deep in the back court. A beautiful pinch to get back in the box. 10 serving 9. That'll be a short serve. This will be second serve coming up, and it looks like he keeps going to this lob Z on the second serve.
There's that control that we've been talking about. Mar right in the center court, pretty effortless, gets that racket on it, a lot of control.
This is really what the lob Z is designed to do. Your timing has to be perfect in order to really hit the ball. Going down the line is really tough. It mostly goes cross court. It's just setting up Mar.
Score is 11-10.
Second serve.
Beautiful get. Oh my goodness. We said good hands, but wow.
It's incredible. If he gets his racket there, he just has enough touch on it. That's outstanding. He is really fun to watch. Between the two of them, the diving and the gets is just outstanding.
I love it. Mars wanting this to be played over. He thought he was in the way of Montoya taking the shot, and I would say that if Montoya didn't make that shot, he probably would have turned to the ref asking for it as well.
10 serving 12.
That'll be 2 bounces, just getting there a little bit too late. Ref makes the call rather quickly. And I think these guys are starting to sweat.
Starting. I think they're starting to need to change their shirts.
Right? The sweat is coming. Now the dives are going to be taking a little bit longer to get the floor dry, and so they can have some safe play.
A little more slippery, a little more time to catch your breath on some of those tough rallies.
That too. That's a long serve ball traveling to the back wall without taking a bounce.
Nice down the line from Montoya.
Very nice and controlled.
One thing that I feel is really interesting is between Montoya and Mar, you see them coming in contact a little bit more and really trying to own the center court. I know other players do it as well, but these two are a little bit more physical in their individual matches. So then to put them in the same match, there's a lot of contact happening.
Yeah, and with Mar being 6'2" with his body type, he's got an ability to box out Montoya a little bit better, but that doesn't take anything away from Montoya because he does a decent job at it as well.
Definitely.
That was unusual. He didn't have an opportunity to really swing away that he wanted. I almost wonder if his foot slipped on the floor and he was hesitant to take the full shot just to prevent an injury.
Tough serve from Montoya.
Very beautiful backhand pinch. did come to the center court, giving Mar an opportunity, but putting it down just a little bit too low for Mar to be able to do anything with it.
That ties it up, 12-12, keeping our final pretty tight.
Tough wrap around. He was there, but didn't quite get his feet turned around quick enough, and shooting the ball behind him allows that ball to skip rather than hitting the front wall.
Another down the line winner for Montoya.
A nice get by Montoya, unfortunately not able to connect with it and get the front wall. We're just sort of stuck here at 12-12.
We are.
Montoya taking a little bit extra time, putting his racket up, saying, I'm not quite ready, trying to gain some momentum. It's always a nice strategy. You know, you get 10 seconds to put the ball in play, you put your racket up, you have the opportunity to take that full time. It's a nice way to pace yourself. Beautiful controlled swing. Really impressed with the maturity of this 21-year-old.
And now it's 13-12. Now, one thing, both players are so young. They play with power and control. They're both 21, 22 years old, and I have to give them both kudos. They're both students. Javier Mar, one reason why we don't see him too often on the tour, he's currently a student in college, and so is Rodrigo Montoya, studying in engineering school. Shout out to that racquetball education. Ties it back up, 13-13. It's a good final. This is what we like to see.
Yeah, nice and tight play. Nobody's
Super
taking any major
competitive.
leads. The tight play and score, tight play and rallies. This is exciting. Wow. Blistering
Ooh.
serve, and Mar says, I don't care. It's coming off the back wall. Nice controlled swing, pin shot to the left side. Get back in the box. He's not even going to mess with the first serve here because they haven't been getting in. He's going straight to this lob Z. Nice get.
Montoya.
Beautiful.
Wow.
So I like the strategy by Mar. I mean, he's come into the service box. He's had 17 fault serves in this game thus far and says, you know what? It's not worth it. I'm just going to go ahead and do this lob Z, get a weak return, get in the rally, and conserve some of my energy. It's a really smart decision. And there's another example of it, getting an opportunity to get the ball in the center court, puts it down, and closes out game one.
Very effective. I like to see that. 15-13, quite a way to open up our finals on this Sunday. We'll be back in just a few minutes with game two. There's 2 minutes between each game, so don't go anywhere. We'll be back from the Longhorn Open. It's the top of game two for the WRT Longhorn Open. We saw an incredible game one between Rodrigo Montoya and Javier Mar. Mar winning 15-13. Sully, you've been keeping some stats over there. What is some of the feedback and your thoughts on game one and what we saw already?
Yeah, so we're looking at Montoya's serve. It's blistering. He's got 2 ace serves, and he's really getting it in, just barely crossing that line and creating some pressure. And, you know, Mar on the serve has no ace serves, but he's got 17 fault serves, and that's why we saw him go to the backhand lob Z. So, you know, the serve is working for Montoya, but unfortunately he's not really getting in the rallies, because as far as skips are concerned, Mar has 9 total skips in the first game to 8 skips. So relatively similar there. The bottom line here is that Mar is playing smart. He's hitting crisp shots and has far more winners than Montoya, and those winners are turning into points. That's what allowed him to win that first game.
Yeah, and I really like the attitude from both players, what we're seeing from them out there on the court. And as you noted at the end of game 1, Mar decided, look, my first serve isn't effective. Why am I driving and wasting all this energy? Because this is a tough final. Obviously, you're in the final, so conserving some of that energy and adapting. And these players just have to keep adapting over time.
And it's really, really smart. You know, when you get into these matches, you just want to play your game and you just want to do what you do. And it takes a whole nother level of intelligence to find out what is really working and what's not working and start playing to those. And that's really what he did. And as soon as he recognized it and went to that lob, now we got 2 quick points, and it was a nice change of pace, and that's the difference. And so now he's in a really great advantage coming into the second game, winning the first game, and the pressure's all on Montoya to try and throw this into a tiebreaker.
Yeah, and I think it could be interesting, as we noted, the last 8 WRT events, we've had 7 different winners. If Mar pulls away with a win, then we'll have had 8 different winners in the last 9 events. It's like Montoya slipping in the backcourt.
Wow, now that is a beautiful shot. Forehand winner to the right side, just blistering it. And they're now going to take a look at the floor here with Montoya slipping right under it, and they're just gonna mop up a little bit here and make sure we've got safe play.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised neither player had changed their shirts. They're sweating a lot out there. They're hitting the floor. I think we're gonna see that in the future as well. 0-0.
Wow.
There's that control from the center court.
Yeah, beautiful backhand pinch. And he's going to go ahead and stick with the serve. He knows it's effective. As long as Montoya doesn't cut it off, and he is.
Mark keeps it up.
Oh. He just took one slight step to the left side and couldn't quite make it back to the right for the last minute pitch by Montoya, and just barely misses this, what would be amazing get.
Yeah, and both players kind of hitting off speed, and it made it that much slower. It looks like Mar's gonna change his shirt, which I think is smart.
Yeah, you think he's listening to you?
It's a possibility, you know, that happens every so often. Somebody's listening. Yeah, it is an international rule, so the WRT plays by the International Racketball Federation rules, and the referee has the right to make a player change their shirt if they think they're too sweaty. Both Javier Mar and Rodrigo Montoya have played to represent Mexico. Javier Mar is currently the #2 player in Mexico representing for Team Mexico, so both of them are aware that at any moment they should have an extra shirt in their bag.
Let me ask you a question.
Fire away.
If a player wants the other player to change his shirt because the color of his shirt is impeding the view of the ball. Can he do that?
You know, I don't think so. I haven't seen that in the rule book.
Because that would be an interesting strategy. Hey, I want him to change his shirt. I can't see the ball.
Yeah, that could get a little too messy. You know, I think the bigger part of that controversy is that the official ball of the WRT is the Gearbox black ball, and most of these players wear black T-shirts.
Nobody
so
can wear black anymore.
we
It's
would
done.
like that on the broadcast if they wore brighter shirts, though.
And speaking of Mar switching to the black
To the
Pro
black
Kenix
shirt.
shirt. And Montoya still in the white, for those of you who need to know who these players are. Really nice pass by Montoya. Again, he's hitting that pass about as perfectly as you can get. You know, perfect is straight down the line. Next to perfect is down the line, hitting the back, hitting the sidewall 3/4 back and kind of spitting out. Very, very effective.
The ref said the score is 2-1.
There it is again, down the line, catching the sidewall 3/4 back. Ridiculously effective.
All right, now the score is 1 serving 2. Oh, nice pass from Mar.
Yeah, and changing it up. He's been working him on the forehand side. Montoya goes over just a little bit to the forehand side, knowing that that's where the majority of the balls are going, and that's what opens up that cross court for Mar. Really nice play. Little defense here. And Montoya takes advantage of it with an offensive opportunity into the right pinch. Beautiful shot.
Coming up after this, we do have the doubles final where we will see Rodrigo Montoya and Andre Padilla versus Javier Mar and Edson Martinez. That's another all-Mexico final. All of those players coming out of big racquetball programs in Mexico. Rodrigo Montoya and Javier Mar from Chihuahua, Andre Padilla from San Luis Potosi, and Edson Martinez is also from San Luis Potosi.
And the ref here is calling an avoidable, saying that although Mark was screened and couldn't see the ball, he had an offensive opportunity with the backhand, and thus he's going to win that rally, and we're going to side out.
Score is 2-3.
Another short serve, really having difficulties getting in that serve. Beautiful get. Oh, wow. Oh.
Mar going for the soft touch, it doesn't work out. Montoya doing a really great job of covering both sides.
The easiest shot in the entire rally.
Right.
Amazing gets by both players, giving Mar the opportunity at the very end to just simply touch the front wall and win the rally, and he just can't do it.
Ooh.
Nice get off the back wall. There it is. He read it. Wow.
Oh.
Another opportunity missed. He can't believe it.
He's running out of gas a little bit. That's a tough rally. Long matches for these guys. Mar calling a timeout. We're going to take a quick break as well so everybody can catch their breath after that rally. We'll be back with more live from Austin in a moment. We're back at the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open. This is a fantastic tournament. All of the proceeds raised at this tournament go to the UT Racketball Club, sending them to national collegiates. I just think it's an outstanding way to grow racquetball, and I love that part of the ideology behind this event is to also attract newcomers to the event. There's 326 participants. The event sold out in 6 days. This is a great place to be and a great place to offer many different levels of racquetball.
Yeah, it's really phenomenal what we've got going on here, and you know, obviously we're looking at a ridiculously talented WRT draw, but every division here, from elites down to Ds, is strong with some of the best players around Texas and the nation.
4 serves 2.
You know, we talked about one of those in the first game, and he does it again. This one doesn't even make the front wall. I'm not sure what he's thinking.
He can look pretty casual. That one was a little too casual.
It's almost like he's trying to handicap. You know, here's a couple points. Let me give you a handicap here.
Make it harder for myself. That's gonna make it 6-2.
Mar, even after that timeout, looks a little bit winded.
Yeah, you know, fitness is so key, especially from the tour mentality. You know, you're playing doubles, you're playing singles, you're playing multiple matches per day. It's a different beast to come out and travel on the tour. They're gonna wipe down that court a little bit. Yeah, I'm sure mental focus and mental intensity plays a lot into that. Sully, what's your experience? You've played now on all different levels, and you're involved here at the UT Racketball Club. What is the advice out there to players about keeping your mental focus?
Yeah, mental focus is something that is really difficult to teach. It's just something that you either have to hone into and kind of learn on your own, or you just don't have. These guys are just exhibiting calmness, and they're collected, and that's really what allows them to focus mentally. Once you start letting something get in your head, you're unhappy about a call or anything like that, and you just start letting it eating away at you, it just becomes, it consumes you, and then there's not much you can do, and then the rest of it just falls apart. Nice shot. Beautiful backhand. I mean, he's not moving the way he was in the first game, so he still looks winded, but when you got an opportunity like that set up off the back wall, he's just going to put that down.
Couple points now for Mar. That's 2 in a row. 4 serve 6. Yeah, just to go back to the mental focus, since we have another opportunity, whereas we wipe down the court. One thing for me, I think my advice to people would be to also kind of keep yourself well-rounded too. You know, maybe you're playing racquetball, but try different training techniques. Try some yoga. There's great things going on with yoga. You know, go out hiking, get some mental, you know, work on things for yourself too, and kind of find where your peace of mind comes from. And that's something that you can pull from then when you're down on the court.
Yeah, really, really good point. It's there's so much from other areas of life and sports that you can really take to racquetball and have them apply, and it's definitely a great skill.
Oh, jammed up against that wall.
Yeah, that ball stuck really close to the wall. He tried moving through it, but his racket can't make it through that wall.
5-6, keeping it very close.
Get that? Oh, he was on it. You could see it. He knew it was there. Just didn't time the dive perfectly and unfortunately skips the ball.
Yeah, he does have great anticipation, and he was connecting with those in game one a
Yeah,
little bit better.
If you watch what he's doing, and this is really the great learning tool, is that he's waiting until Montoya hits the ball, and he waits to see exactly how he's positioned with his racket and where the ball is going before he makes the move, and it gives him the exact location of where he needs to go, and he speeds there. And that's an unfortunate, unforced error forehand from the front center court. Can't really afford those. Beautiful serve, lob nick to the backhand. Doesn't come off the back wall. Really tough for Montoya to get his racket around and can't even get it to the front wall. I love this strategy. These lob serves are working. His first serves weren't, and it's really keeping him in the game.
Yeah, and that ball's down. Yeah, he's tied it up now, 6-6. I think it's a great example of how it's not all about power. You know, I think sometimes the power is very impressive. Those drive serves, I mean, hey, nobody wants to be on the receiving end of that. But effectiveness is also very key, and those switching up those lob serves is working for Mar. Yeah, Mar thought that was going to the left side. That's going to make it 7-6, an ace for Montoya.
Wow, that's a beautiful shot right there.
This will be very interesting if our final goes to a tiebreaker.
And that's a short serve. Second serve. Wow. Ripped it to the forehand side. He really seems to be in control of this game. He definitely has the momentum right now. Mar looks a little bit out of it, definitely playing a little bit more relaxed. He's going to have to really change things up here a bit. Montoya serving 9-6.
round 6. I'm going to replay.
And that's a long serve hitting the back wall. Take second serve here.
I think that's a good timeout for Mar. See if he can regain some of his focus. He needs to get that edge back that we saw from him in game 1. We'll be back in just a few minutes with more from the Longhorn Open. We're back at the 2017 Longhorn Open, and we'd like to give a special thank you to Strikeout Stroke for supporting the WRT. A few seconds could save someone's life. 795,000 people a year get a stroke, and it affects all ages. So if you see the signs, remember FAST to minimize the impact. You can see FAST on the screen and get more information about Strikeout Stroke by going to strikeoutstroke.com. Coming up after this, we'll be going right into the doubles final. It's a double feature for both Montoya and Mar. Rodrigo Montoya is partnered up with Andre Padilla, and Javier Mar is partnered with Edson Martinez. Stick around for that. That'll close out the Longhorn Open. And you can always check the WRT schedule at worldracketballtour.com. Starting on January 27th, we will be at the West Coast Championship in Concord, California. Not sure what Montoya is asking for, but it looks like he's saying he was hit with Mar's racket.
Nice shot, just getting it past Mar and can't quite get it to take it off the back wall. Tremendous effort.
Ref checking to make sure Mar is okay, hitting that floor a little slow to come up after that dive.
Looks like he landed on his elbow. That's always a tough one. It gets a stinger. Usually when that happens, the next 1 to 4 swings tend to be a little tough. Wow.
What a serve. And an ace for Montoya.
Second ace of the game. And giving him a little bit of an edge here at 10-7. So it looks like Mar thought the ball hit a wet spot on the floor. I don't know if he stopped play or just didn't actually get it and is asking for the wet ball, but the referee disagrees. His call is serve good, and Montoya walks away with an additional point.
It's going to make it 11-7. Big skip by Montoya, set up in the center court. Perfect opportunity, cannot capitalize. Wow. Wow, smart play, Montoya. Not giving Mar the opportunity to get up after that dive, just punches it down the line to the back of the court, and Mar cannot make it up in time in order to make another spectacular get. Quite an interesting final, the way things are shaping up right now. It's looking like we could go to a tie break.
It's looking that way. I mean, as we talked about before, Mar does look a little bit winded. He's not hitting the same type of shots. He's got 6 skips in this game compared to 3 from Montoya, and that could be just a sign of being a little bit more tired, and then Montoya tightening it up just a little bit compared to the first game. And that's really the difference we're seeing here with Montoya serving 11-7. Wow.
Getting some love from the crowd on that one.
Yeah, and Montoya got absolutely no love from that crack. Popping right into Mar's racket and just shoots it into the front corner for a good winner. So that's a nice little changeup by Mar. He's trying a few different serves here to see what happens. That's an effective serve that drives Z on this court. If they're fast, the ball comes off the back wall, or excuse me, off the side wall, but came right into Montoya's hitting zone and he put it down. Wow, another ace. 3 aces now.
Some great serving from
2 to the back, yeah, 2 to the backhand side. That was the first one to the forehand side, and he's really steamrolling here.
Switches back to the backhand.
Another beautiful rally. Another unfortunate forehand skip for Montoya. Little stat correction here. That was actually the 4th ace for Montoya. 2 to the forehand, 2 to the backhand.
Even split.
Wow.
Oh.
That ball was deep. That came off the back wall about 2 inches, and Mar just smoothly gets under it with a controlled swing. Beautiful winner in the left pinch.
8-12. They keep checking that ball.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the ball here.
But they've been checking it for like the last 5 rallies, just hoping to see if it's broken.
Yes, let's squeeze it a little bit more, and maybe we can try and do it ourselves, right? Another great serve. Ripping it to the backhand side, perfect angle. Comes off the back wall, but just shoots too fast for Mar to get a handle on it. Montoya really controlling this match with his serve here, sitting real pretty at 13-8. That one will fall just a little bit short.
Looking like a breaker is definitely in our future.
I wouldn't say that just yet here, Laura. I've seen some amazing comebacks.
This is true. But a breaker would be so exciting.
As would a comeback.
Good point, Sully. Short serve. Wow, big overhead swing from Montoya.
Yeah, Mar stepped a little bit too far to the side, giving him every opportunity to hit the wide open court, and Montoya takes advantage of it.
It's gonna make it 14-8. Rodrigo Montoya now with his first game point.
I'm even surprised Mar hit the floor on that one. That ball was so far out of his reach. I almost wonder if that was a towel excuse.
I like that he goes for it, though, no matter what. I mean, we've seen him stick his racket out, and he makes some pretty great plays, so he gets after it.
Skip ball, and that will take us into a tiebreaker. You
There
called
we
it.
Go. 15-8. Rodrigo Montoya wins game 2. So we're going to breaker where it's first to 11, win by 1. We'll be back in just 2 minutes with the tiebreaker. So don't go too far. It's the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open Finals, and it's now the top of the tiebreaker in our finals match between Javier Mar and Rodrigo Montoya. Mar winning game 1, 15-13. Montoya answering back 15-8 in game 2, and now it's the first to 11 in game 3. Sully, what are your thoughts on what we've seen and experienced so far in our final?
Yeah, so in that second game, Mar has one fault serve and no ace serve, so he's definitely corrected that, but you just can't compare it to the 5 ace serves that we've seen from Montoya. And, you know, with comparing that with the 7 skips that we've seen from Mar compared to the 4 skips that we've seen from Montoya, yeah, that was the difference. And so if Mar wants to get back into this tiebreaker, he's going to have to clean up those skips and get something going with the serve that's going to bring him back in this game. If Montoya keeps the hot streak on that serve, Mar could see this over real quickly.
Well, we love for our fans who are watching at home to weigh in. So hit us up on Facebook and Twitter at World Arball Tour and let us know who you think is going to win and become the WRT Longhorn Open champion. Rodrigo Montoya has 1 WRT title under his belt. This could be Javier Mar's first. Down the line from Mar for the side out.
And let's see what he's going to choose to do here on this serve. Complete miss hit by Mar.
Yeah, that ball was really high.
He didn't quite have the face of the racket flat. It was slightly angled. So when he swings through it, it kind of gives it a little bit of that top spin. The ball just sails a little bit high, giving Montoya a beautiful setup in the front court. Wow. And the ref is going to call that good. I missaw that. Looked like it. Excuse me, the ref is going to call that a skip. I missaw. That looked like a good shot to me.
That'll be the first point for Rodrigo Montoya. 1-0.
Wow.
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 2 gets. It's like a replay. Wow. Nice shot from Montoya.
Incredible getting, but just leaving a setup for Montoya in the end. You know, the first two dives, beautiful, necessary. The third dive, all he had to do was move his feet over and shoot that ball. I think he thought the shot was going to be a little better than it was, and unfortunately took a dive when he didn't really have to, and that resulted in a setup for Montoya.
Omar left his mark on the glass there, as we can see in camera one. He's pretty sweaty, and he keeps putting his hands up on the glass and getting pretty close to that camera.
Montoya really looks in control of Mar right now.
Yeah, starting out strong in game 3. Three zero.
And that's unfortunate with the ball coming off the back wall, providing Mar with the setup, and he rightfully puts it away. And Mar comes back into the service box, back to that lob Z. You know, earlier he went and started changing it up. He was going with the drive serve. I'm not sure why he's not continuing to do something with that drive serve, because he's giving Montoya the opportunity to get adjusted to that lob Z, and he's just not winning many points on it anymore.
Skip.
Beautiful get.
Yeah. Wow, what a rally.
Mar's really throwing it all out there. He's almost trying to gut his way through this match.
Three zero.
Is that called an ace?
Yeah, that was 4-0. Another ace for Montoya. Nice return from Mar.
Yeah, Mar just
that backhand flick.
Just barely getting to it. Didn't come off as much as he thought it would. Caught it a little bit behind him and just had enough to make it to the wall. Nice. Another good get. Beautiful.
Nice.
Overplayed that one a bit.
Oh, wow.
What a
Great
shot.
rally. Outstanding athleticism from both players.
And Montoya just absolutely ripping it from deep in the right side of the back court. Putting an absolute statement on that ball and letting Mar know that he's really interested in taking this tiebreaker.
Mar keeps leaving that mark on that back glass.
He might not be happy with his play, and he might want to impede the viewers from watching anything.
Right. It's like, look away. Second serve. Montoya not happy with that call.
Yeah, that's a close one. Those are so tough to call from the angle the referee has. The only person who can see that is the defender, and he's not going to call it.
Right.
Mar's got to take a timeout here. Montoya's, there it is.
Yeah, something's not working. He's got to go ahead and change that. We'll be back in just a few minutes, so don't go anywhere. There's more of our tiebreaker in just a moment. We're back at the 2017 WRT Longhorn Open, and we'd like to thank another sponsor for making this event possible, FixMyRacket.com.
And the guys over at Fix My Racket do carbon fiber repairs on your broken rackets. That's right, when you break a racket, and I mean it can be totally broken, send it over to Fix My Racket to be repaired and make it good as new for about 10 to 15% of the cost of a new racket. Now, I've personally play tested repaired rackets, and they play so close to original form, and the repairs really last. Go to fixmyracket.com and use coupon code PAINT, that's P-A-I-N-T, to get a free $10 upgrade to have your repair painted to match your current graphics.
Awesome. Thank you to all the sponsors for making this event possible. And Rodrigo Montoya is right back in it.
Beautiful dive. Yeah, Mar knows he's got to do something here. He comes out of that timeout, and he's now starting to rip the ball a lot like the way we saw in the first game.
Yeah, he's really going to have to turn it up right now. He's down 6 points, but we've seen bigger deficits than this. It's 0 serving 6.
Oh!
That's unfortunate. He went for the soft touch, but hit himself.
He gives him the down-the-line read so that Mar plays that, and then at the last second does the right pinch, unfortunately hits his shoe, and loses that point. So this is what I'm talking about. This is now a change-up of serve, lob to the right-hand side. He scored 2 points off of it. This is what it's all about, getting your opponent on the defense, not seeing the same serve over and over where they can get adjusted to it.
It's a great strategy.
And Mar making a phenomenal effort, just a little bit too late. Ball taking 2 bounces before he's got an opportunity to get a racket on it. Montoya back in the box, will likely go to the drive serve. Let's see if he'll drum up a few more aces here. Whoa.
And he does. Another ace for Montoya makes it 7-2.
He is in the groove right now. Everything is working off of his serve, and that's exactly what he wants. Another beautiful serve. Mar does get a racket on it, unfortunately not enough, skips it to the front court, and Mar looks like he's in trouble.
8-2.
great dig by both players. Best dig of all was the winner by Montoya to win that rally.
Yeah, just had a nice angle on that racket.
Yeah, just got there enough and just did the right thing by just getting a racket on it, putting it into the front wall. He's sitting pretty here at 9-2. Nice get. Wow.
Oh. Another nasty backhand from Mar.
Mar says, not yet. Not if I have anything to say about it.
2 serving 9. Oh, big backhand skip from Mar.
Yeah, that's a really big shot. He hasn't hit very many of those. And usually when you get into this place in a match, you usually stay a little bit more reserved and go defense. And that just didn't work out for him.
Ooh, a wet spot on the court.
Another
Tough serve.
ridiculously perfect serve for Montoya.
Yeah, when he gets it right, it's incredible.
Yeah, he's in the rhythm right now. I mean, so much of this is about just finding that groove. You know, you just get like a centimeter off here or a centimeter off there, and it can really make a difference. And he's really, really feeling it. And this is his game. You know, when you talk to Montoya, he says, "Listen, if my serve is on, I'm going to be winning, and if my serve is off, I might be in trouble." And so he struggles to find it so that he can set himself up for that win. He didn't have it in game 1. He hardly had it in game 2. He sure as hell found it in game 3.
Well, now it's match point for Rodrigo Montoya, 10-2. Side out for Mar. He's holding on at 2-10. Oh.
Oh,
Wow.
Beautiful. Blistering shot. Great get.
Wow. Some great gets from Mar.
Yeah, really, really great gets. Unfortunately, it's just not enough, leaving a setup for Montoya to easily put away. But, you know, this is great. He's not making it easy on Montoya. He's keeping the rallies going. He's just not putting the ball down with his dives the way he was in the first games, leaving Montoya set up for the win.
Second match point.
He's gonna call 2 bounces on himself for the loss.
All right, that means Javier Mar played outstanding against Rodrigo Montoya, but Rodrigo Montoya winning his second ever WRT title. Congratulations to both players. Of course, we'd like to thank you all for watching. Thank you, Sully Core, for joining me on the mic and for your outstanding efforts with this tournament. Any final thoughts on that final?
Yeah, we just saw an unbelievable match. Incredible athleticism from both players. Unfortunately, Mar just couldn't keep up with the pace of the match. Getting winded there. Shots weren't quite as crisp. Montoya elevated towards the end, and that was the difference maker.
Well, thank you, Sully, for joining me. And thank you to everyone for watching at home. We'll be back with the doubles final, so don't go anywhere. We have more Racketball live from the WRT Longhorn Open.